Julia, is your daddy gonna go run 240 miles?
Daddy's gonna do great.
Hopefully.
Daddy's gonna do
hi.
great.
Say hi, kiddo. Hey, baby. Start line of the Moab 240. So freaking nervous. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go, baby!
Let's go! Mom, Mom, Mom. What's up, Jeff? How you doing, man?
What's up? Get you? Out of 105. Yeah. Like bad, you know, just all the way down.
Go enjoy your weekend.
I didn't really damage too, so like going. Yeah. Like damaging.
So like felt like tingling and shit or what?
Yeah, it definitely.
All right, we are on single track, leaving the town of Moab. We were on road for the first 2.5 miles or so, but now we're making this climb, and I believe we'll be on trail for quite a while, which is great. We are almost 4 miles in. It is hot, but manageable. Got the beautiful views of the LaSalle Mountains over there, which is where we'll be going to later in the race. All right, we are 7.6 miles in, rolling into the first aid station, Hidden Valley. Not going to be here for super long, but refill a little bit, and we'll be on our way. Fifteen.
138.
Okay, back out on the trail on our way to the Amasa back aid station in another 8 miles or so. Another rolly section here. It's 1,600 feet of climb, 2,000 feet of descent. Right now we've got to climb. So it's the heat of the day. We actually started this race at noon, which is great because I never understood why some of these multi-day races start at like 5 a.m. because then like you're cold for like an hour, you're carrying your headlamp for like an hour, then you're stuck with it all day. But the noon start was great. Slept in, had a nice chill morning, walked over to the start line. So high today was about 86 or 87 degrees, so we're definitely in the heat of it now, but it's not too bad. There's a slight breeze, and we've been keeping the body wet to manage the heat. It's very beautiful here. Very much enjoying the scenery so far, and we're gonna keep moving. You can see our climb here. Very steep, very rocky. Let's see where we're going. All the way down there, past me, you can see our aid station where we came from. So, a bit of a punchy climb to start this segment, but like I said, after this, there's going to be a lot of downhill to get to Amasa back, where my crew will be. So we're gonna knock this out. All right, we have topped out on that rocky climb, and we are, I think this is called Behind the Rocks Wilderness Area. There's just these towering rock features on either side of us. We're going just kind of through this valley. It's pretty cool. And we're finally in some shade for the first time today, which is nice. But looks like it'll be short-lived. So this is definitely runnable, but we're just sticking with the good hiking pace right now. Feeling good. Very thankful to be here. Just taking it all in. We're almost at 9 miles, so Amasa back will be, I think, 16.7. And like I said, we'll be able to see my crew there for the first time. So that'll be good. Onward. All right, we are officially going down into that canyon straight ahead. Absolutely beautiful here. Oh, this is awesome. So we're just on this slick rock, making our way down. It's kind of a mixture of slick rock and then it'll be kind of sandy for a little bit every once in a while. But you can see off to our left just views for days out here. Absolutely incredible. You know, we're on the outskirts of Canyonlands National Park, and we're not going to cross into the national park boundary, but we're certainly going to enjoy a lot of similar views as they get in the national park. So this is a pretty runnable section right now. At least it was. Now we're going to climb a little bit more, but making decent time. But the great thing about these 200-mile races is you can afford to go slow, and it actually benefits you to go slow. So that just plays right into my strengths. So we're making good progress. We're about 5 or so miles out until the aid station. But look at that. Incredible. This section, absolutely gorgeous. Best views of the day so far, right here. We're following some white dots along this rock, in addition to our blue and pink flaggings. This guy's got the right idea. This is unreal. Look at that. Oh man. Incredible. We just topped out at another ridge, and this is our view. LaSalle Mountains off to our right, and just an endless view of canyons and rocks up in the distance. We're just making our way down this slick rock, and we have our first Colorado River sighting straight ahead, right in the middle of that valley of rocks. Very beautiful. We're mostly just following white dots at the moment, but I think we're gonna level out here pretty soon. Man, that river's pretty. Well, she's the director, so she can do whatever she wants. So we're on this road now to the aid station. We just finished climbing down that slick rock. Candace Burt was there, race director, handing out popsicles. So, very welcome treat on a hot day. Thank you, Candace. All right, we have made it to the aid station. You can see all the crew vehicles parked. Find my crew here in a second. They actually passed me on the road here, so that was cool.
Hi.
Thank you.
You got a drop bag?
No.
Okay, awesome.
There they are. Julia. Hey, baby.
It's Daddy.
Can you take the camera?
Yeah.
I want to get
Look like they care.
Your mom went to go get chairs. Yay!
I'm real sweaty. All right, leaving Amasa back. That was an extended break, but that's okay. Ended up staying there for about 45 minutes. But I won't see my crew again until mile 67, so took the extra time to do a wardrobe change, had a cheeseburger, refill it on other stuff. We're going. And we also took care of the feet, gave them a good cleaning, put some more blister powder on, ate some more food, chugged LaCroix sparkling water. So, feeling good. Got my Kogala waist belt on me. So we've got probably another hour and a half or so of daylight, so we'll probably be getting into night running here before the next section. I think this section's about 12 miles and more of the same, just kind of up and down. In the world, looks like we cross here. Nice. Yeah, so from what I understand, we've got about a 5-mile climb, probably up to that, maybe, and then it drops after that. So I won't see crew for a while. So the goal now is going to be to make it through the night. We survived the heat of the day. The sun's still out, but we're in the shade right now, which is good, obviously. But the temperature swings here get pretty crazy. So I have pants, long sleeve, upper layer, a jacket, some arm sleeves, some calf sleeves, gloves, and I'll probably be using all that as we get into the night. Which is crazy because just a little bit ago it was 87 degrees and we were baking in the sun, but that's just one of the things about this race. We're in the desert. So onward to the next aid station. Still feeling good. We're climbing, but we've got a nice view of the Colorado River along the way. I had dry clothes on when I got changed at the aid station, and like a mile into the segment and they're already sweaty. I was hoping that the timing would work out to where my clothes would be dry for the night section. Because once the sun goes down and you're already sweaty, you just get really cold, but whatever. We'll battle through it. Not a bad view. Not bad at all. I'm not sure how much of a sunset we're gonna get tonight. We're kind of blocked by that mesa over there, but it is pretty. The sun should be going down soon. It's 6:40. We are 20.3 miles in. 6 hours 40 minutes into this thing. It's breezy up here. The temperature has already gone down considerably, so feel prepared going into the night as far as having layers. I feel good about that. But energy wise, it's always hard for me to stay awake during the night, and I'm already kind of feeling a dip in energy. So I'm sure there will be some trail naps in my future. I already passed a guy taking a trail nap on a rock a little while ago, so that's how you get through these things. But it looks like that's gonna be our sunset tonight. I went up yesterday before the race to Arches National Park and did the delicate arch at sunset. Got an absolutely gorgeous picture. Maybe I'll post it here in the video. It was so pretty. One of those right place at the right time kind of moments. But anyway, we're still out here moving forward, and we got a really technical downhill section shortly. So I was hoping we could knock that out while it's still daylight out. But we'll see. We'll be in a night ops mode here pretty soon either way though. Alright, I don't know how well you're gonna see this, but this is the sketchy descent that I was warned about. Didn't quite make it here before dark, but you can see the headlamps down there. Hopefully that's where we're going. But we have some steep rocky switchbacks here that we're trying to navigate in the dark. Should be fun. Let's go. Here we are, base camp aid station. Wow, 29 almost.
Well, correct. Get on your feet, move, and drink. Yeah.
All right, we are back on trail. Loaded up with some pasta and meatballs. Down some Coke. Had some snacks. Got my feet taken care of. Met up with my buddy PJ, fellow Prescott runner. So we're gonna tackle this section together. It's a long section. We've got about 4 miles, then we have a water drop, And then after that, it's about 20 to 21 miles to the next actual aid station. So we're looking at 25 miles in between aid stations here. They say it's one of the most scenic sections, but we're going to be experiencing it in the dark, which I'm actually glad about, because I wouldn't want to do this during the heat of the day. So we're going to crank this section out. This is officially the section that will not end. It's 5:12 in the morning. I'm just about 48 miles in, which means we're a little over 5 miles to get to the next aid station called the Oasis. This is a tough section. Glad we're doing it at night. So I chugged all my water for the first 4 miles, and then I refilled at the water drop, which was my plan. And from the water drop to this aid station is about 21 miles. And it just feels like it is never going to end. Night's been okay. Actually, it's been pretty good, all things considered. It's not too cold. I just have my light jacket on, and I'm fine. I did stop and take about a 20-minute trail nap at about 3:30, which was much needed. And I feel okay. I'm just very much over this section. But I was hoping I would be at the next aid station before the sun came out. But it looks like we have about another hour and a half or so till we're there, which will put us right at 6:45. But we're in good shape. We're still moving forward. We're doing well. But man, this section is a drag for sure. Just before 7 a.m. we finally made it to the Oasis aid station. Man, that was a hard section. I'm so glad to be here. Oh man.
Welcome in, guys. You got drinks at the front, snacks and hot food.
Right.
What numbers are you?
I'm 15.
15. 76.
Thank you. Okay. 7:40. Finally leaving that aid station. I stayed there for way too long. Oh man, I had to get some tape work done on my feet because I have a couple blisters forming. So the guy did a good job taping me up. But the problem is I have like a comical amount of gear on me right now. All cold gear, none of which I used last night. And like, it's just impossible to get my pack. I mean, it looks ridiculous. And then when I put my bladder back in, it wasn't sealed all the way, so it leaked. Now my pack is soaking wet, which means my jacket is soaking wet. What a pain. Nice job, man. The good news is I actually feel okay, and the sun's coming up, so hopefully my wet clothing won't really be an issue for too much longer. And I think I might try to run a little bit in this section. There's about 14 miles to get to the next aid station at Indian Creek, where I will see my crew. Very excited about that. 7:41 now. The cutoff to leave that aid station I just left was noon, so we're 4 hours and 20 minutes ahead of cutoff, which is good. And I think I actually feel pretty decent right now. I've got a bunch of Oreos I'm trying to eat real quick. But after I eat those, I think I might try to run here. And now that the sun's back out, we can enjoy these amazing views again, so that also helps. All right, well, it's finally warmed up enough to lose the jacket, but I have literally no room in my pack, so I've got it tied around my waist here. That hole in the rock straight ahead, that's kind of cool. So it's a little after 9 o'clock. We're making good time. We're 58.5 miles in. So we've got under 10 to go to get to the aid station, about 9. Some of this has been runnable, but I'm content just to hike for a little bit too. But we're moving well. Energy's high. On we go. So we just hit mile 62. So we're 100K into this race, which normally is pretty good, but in this case we're about a quarter of the way done. A little more than a quarter of the way done to get to 240. Been out here for 22 hours and 10 minutes. So if we can keep that up, that'll be very happy with that time. But that'll of course get slower and slower as the race goes on. So my two, let's kind of show you what we're looking at. All these beautiful cliffs, beautiful mesa over there, rock formations over here. So pretty. My two big takeaways from this race so far. I'm gonna make sure the battery's not dead. Okay, yeah, we're good. One is that I'm surprised with all the dirt roads. I guess I knew that ahead of time just from watching other people's videos and from kind of the scouting that I did, but it's a lot of dirt roads so far in this first quarter of the race anyway. So it actually makes it pretty runnable if you're trying to be competitive. But I mean, having said that, we're already at 7,000 feet, 7,100 feet of elevation gain for the course. We have about 31,500 altogether, so we're a little less than a quarter of our elevation gain, but it's actually matches the mileage pretty close. There are a couple of big climbs in the second half, so but yeah, I'm surprised at how much dirt road this is compared to single track, at least thus far. The second takeaway, and I think this is the more important thing, is I do not have a big enough pack. The gear requirements for this thing are kind of crazy. So we're supposed to have on us at all times pants that have to cover the entire leg, an upper long sleeve insulatory layer, jacket with a hood, gloves, buff, bivy, your light. This year they're making us have wag bags for bathroom emergencies, but so it's just a lot of stuff to carry. And I have the the Solomon Advanced Skin 12, so a 12-liter pack, and honestly there just isn't enough room in my pack to fit all this stuff. I've been really struggling, especially you get to an aid station and you have a full bladder, you fill your bladder up with water. It's like almost impossible to get it back in with all that stuff in. Now as you go throughout the segment, you're drinking the water more, so the bladder gets emptier and emptier, and then it's kind of manageable, but like, it's a lot. I think if you're gonna do this race, go with an 18-liter pack, because I don't think the 12 is enough. You know, this is a great pack, and it's gotten me through a couple of Coca-Donas, and this is my go-to for all my canyon adventures, like rim to rim to rim and all that stuff. But for this race, just having all this cold gear and having to carry all that water, there's just not enough room. So that's been frustrating, having to deal with that. You know, and that first night, like, this is a warmer year than usual, but the first night I only used my light jacket. So I had a second thicker jacket. I had my pants, my gloves, all that stuff. Didn't even use it, so my pack was just super bulky all night. I think tonight we'll be climbing up to Shay Mountain, which we're gonna top out at over 10,000 feet. So we'll definitely be using the cold gear tonight as we climb higher and higher. And the same thing for when we go to the La Salle Mountains later on in the race. Again, we're topping out at about 10,000. So at that point, you know, you'll be wearing the cold gear instead of having it bulging out of your pack. But yeah, I wish I would have kind of planned a little bit better and maybe gotten a bigger pack for this race. But we're making it work. Just been frustrating. So those are my big takeaways so far. And I guess the third takeaway would just be how beautiful everything is here. I love these wide open desert views like this. So if that's what you're into, you'll like this race. So we're gonna keep moving. I should have about 5 miles to get to the aid station, see my crew. Very excited about that. So we're gonna keep plugging away. We have found shade. Thank you, rock. It feels so nice. And it's gone. No more shade. It was nice for 3 seconds. That's all you get. Yeah. We are about 3/4 of a mile to the aid station. And if you couldn't tell, I'm very much looking forward to that. It's hot. That rock, straight ahead. It's a human head on a turtle shell. At least that's what I think I'm seeing. Hello, Mr. Human Head. That's pretty cool looking. Man, really need to sit down. Oh my, that's what I sign up for, right? Well, at least it's not cold. I don't care how hot it is. At least it's not cold. Alright, we made it to the Indian Creek aid station.
Yeah.
Here's my good friend Wes Plate.
I've been waiting for you.
Have you?
Yeah.
I heard you were talking to my family at the start line.
I was saying very nice things about you to them.
I bet you were.
Yeah, they were trying to tell me I was wrong, but I think I'm right.
Wes is one of my biggest inspirations, not only with running, but video creating, so.
Glasses off.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I hate pictures with glasses.
So Wes does a lot better videos than me because he actually knows how to produce videos. I do not, so go check his channel out if you're not already subscribed.
Thanks, Jason.
Mid-Pack Elite.
Mid-Pack Elite?
Sir.
Well, that's actually my Instagram.
Oh, that's right.
On YouTube, just look for Wes Plate.
That's right.
That's right.
So I'm running on 20 minutes of sleep here, so.
Yeah, well, are you going to sleep here?
No, I'm gonna push till, I feel okay actually sleep-wise. I'm just hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna sleep
Shay?
tonight. I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Or if not, there's a sleep station before that, but
Maybe stop at Bridger to sleep.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, with this. You've done this race, so.
Yeah, I have. Is this your first time on this race?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I mean, I think you're well positioned in terms of like the heat, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and the terrain is also something you're fairly similar with.
Yeah.
This is a lot like where you live in Cocodona, of course.
Yeah.
But
I'm glad it's a hot year this year, because I mean, I'm hot, but I'm fine. If it was cold, I'd be a lot more.
And then last night it never cooled down, I heard.
No, I had all my cold gear. I mean, my pack is like just stuffed to the brim, and I used my light jacket, and that was it.
Yeah, well.
But I'm hoping that, I mean, I'm sure once we get up to Shay, it'll actually start getting cold, so.
Yeah, it can be really cold up there. And then, of course, in a couple more nights, when you get up on top of the LaSalle's.
Yeah.
And I'll be seeing you at Geyser Pass, because I'm volunteering there as well.
Oh, sweet.
So
you're just hanging out for the week?
Hanging out for the week, serving
Cool.
all the runners, and having a good time.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's next for you?
Next up for me is Arizona Monster.
Okay.
Followed by Cocodona. So I got a big spring up ahead.
I heard a rumor you're maybe putting on your own thing?
I am, yeah.
Is that
It's
Is that not public information yet?
no,
or?
I mean it's becoming more public because we actually have our Forest Service permit, which is one of the biggest hurdles to get over.
Cool.
So yeah, the permitting's underway. It's called the Copper Kings 100.
Cool.
You're I would
Is
love.
that what you ran unofficially?
Last
okay,
2 years.
I remember that. Yeah.
I ran it in 2023, and then
Just
this
scouting the route out.
That's right. And then
is
this
that
last
in
it's in
why?
Butte, Montana.
Okay, Montana.
And then this last June, we had 10 runners run it. I just race directed it, so I was just
Cool.
organizing it. And so yeah, we've been practicing the last couple of years, and I would love to have you come do it. I think you'd really enjoy it.
Yeah, I'd love to check it out.
Yeah.
When is it? What time?
It's the last weekend of June, so
Okay.
it's the same weekend as Western States.
Okay.
So for runners who don't get into Western, I heard
At
there's
all.
a few of them.
Yeah, right.
We'll have an alternative for them.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have 8 tickets for that this year, so we'll see if I get in or not. But probably won't get in, so maybe we'll.
Yeah.
check
Well, if you
that
don't
race
get
out.
in, I'll bet. Yeah, I have you on my list of friends that I want to make sure know about it. So once we're kind of a little bit further and we're like saying, hey everybody, like get this on your calendars. This is the date registration opens or whatever. I'm gonna make sure I let you know.
Sweet.
Yeah. Good.
Cool.
Okay. Well, let's get you into here, and
Yes,
then we'll
sir.
get you back out of here.
Great. I'm gonna just sit down for a little bit.
Yeah. The heat has just been killing runners.
Yeah. All right. There's one thing that I'm really bad at. It's aid station efficiency. That was a 1 hour pit stop. A little over an hour actually. I was trying to leave by 12:30. It's now 1 o'clock, but it's okay. We got a lot done. Had to take care of my feet. Got them cleaned. Got some more blister powder. Fresh pair of socks. New pair of shoes. Had a burger. Had some pumpkin pie. That was pretty good. Had to refill everything, and I reorganized my pack a little bit. So since I'm pretty much carrying my poles the whole way, rolled my pants up and put them in my quiver where my poles would usually go. So that saved a good chunk of space. And yeah, it just felt good to sit down and relax for a little bit. I got the sun hoodie on. It's very hot. Upper 80s today, 87, 88 degrees for the high, and we're right in the thick of the heat of the day here. But I've got my neck gaiter with some cold water in it. I got some cold water that I dunked my hat in, so we're doing good. We've got about 14 miles to the next aid station. I believe it's on more dirt roads, and I want to say like maybe 900 feet of climbing, so nothing crazy. But with it being so hot, I'm not really gonna move fast right now. Not that I move fast anyway, but we're just taking it easy. We are gonna start actually climbing tonight, so hopefully, as I was talking with Wes, I'll actually be busting out my cold gear instead of just having my pack stuffed for no reason. But we're still doing good. The cutoff to leave that aid station was 7 p.m., so it's 1:05 right now. So we're well within that, and I feel like I'm making good time. I waste so much time at aid stations. It's like the story of almost every race, but it's all right. We're gonna knock this section out. We're making our way up this dirt think we're actually gonna pop out onto an actual road for a little bit, which might be kind of nice. But it is the heat of the day, so I'm sure that heat will just be radiating off the road, so take that back. It seems like every time you do a 200-mile race, there's always just new problems that come up that just never happened before. So I've got a couple. I've been stuffing my shorts pockets with gels because they don't have gels at the aid station, so I'm relying on my crew for my gels. So since I won't see my crew for another 50 miles or so, I have like 15 gels on me or something crazy. But I guess they were rubbing, so my left thigh started like burning, I guess from the gels rubbing up and down. So I had to unload that pocket a little bit and put some squirrel's nut butter where it was rubbing. So that's weird, never done that before. And then I'm gonna show you this. This is kind of weird, but the inside of my bottom lip, I don't know if you can see this, it's like jacked up. I don't know what I did. And there's a car coming, so we'll wait for him to pass. I'll show you the view. But it's like calloused and bumpy on the inside. And it's been like that since this morning. It doesn't hurt. Like, I don't have any problem eating, but I have no idea what that's about. That's never happened to me before. So if you know what this is, see if you can see it again. If you know what that is, let me know. Because again, that's a new one. All right, we were on the road section of this course. You can see the La Salle Mountains over there, beyond those cliffs, and the Abajo Mountains that way, beyond those cliffs. So we're going to the Abajos. We're gonna finish going up and over the La Salles before finishing back in Moab. And it's a good thing there are no cars currently coming this way, so I might be tempted to jump in traffic. Just kidding, of course. It's pretty though, gotta say. Kind of over the double track and the roads. I'd rather just hit some single track. So hopefully we'll be back on single track soon. It's finally over. I think that road section had to have been one of the most mind-numbing sections I've done in an ultra. I'm also really tired and it's really hot. There was one tree on the side of the road that, I mean, it was pretty much the only tree, but it actually had shade from the sun. Debated taking a trail nap there. I decided not to, and I really feel like I should have. If I find a good shade spot, I might plop down for a 15 or 20 minute nap, because I'm feeling it. But glad to be off that road for sure. Canyonlands National Park. Very cool. All right, back on some trail. Right, I just had a mini freak out moment. I was consulting my pace chart because I'm scheduled to get into the next aid station in about 2 hours. So it's 3:22 right now. I'm about 6 miles away, so probably rolling in there 5:20, 5:30, something like that. Looking at my pace chart, and I thought it said that the cutoff for that aid station was 7 p.m. Like, what in the world? How do I only have an hour and a half window now? But it turns out that was the cutoff to leave the last aid station, Indian Creek. The cutoff to leave the next aid station is 2:30 a.m. So we're actually in good shape. If I get in at 5:30, you know, I'm looking, and that's like 9 hours in front of the cutoff right there. So, yeah, but I was freaking out for a minute. That got me a little worried. But we're in good shape. I'm still trying to find a place to take a nap, but there is zero shade anywhere here. So probably not gonna happen. Really should have taken a nap at that tree. Right, our trail nap has finally been accomplished. I found this piece of shade right here. I just plopped down right there, laid down for 20 minutes. I might have fallen asleep for about 5, but it felt good just to lay down in the shade for sure. So I feel a little better. And now we just have about 5.5 miles to get to the next aid station. Let's do it. I think this is my least favorite section so far. This, what is it, Indian Creek to the island. In between the dirt road, the asphalt road, we're kind of like in this big wash, which is pretty, but it's very sandy. We're actually, this part right here isn't too bad, but it's very sandy off and on. So that's annoying. And yeah, not super fun terrain right now, especially with the heat being what it is. But should have a little over 4 miles to go, and then we'll be at the aid station. Right, leaving the island aid station. My battery might die. That was a great aid station. Very on point with the service. Okay, almost on cue, the battery died. Anyway, leaving the island aid station, mile 82. I was there for about 45 minutes, kind of par for the course for this race. That was a great aid station. All the volunteers there were very on point with the service. I sat down in a chair and they did everything for me, so very appreciative. I got my feet cleaned again, got my blisters checked out, they're looking good. Got a couple of cheese and bacon quesadillas, some ginger ale, chugged a bunch of water, got everything refilled, got some food for the road, and yeah, I think that's about it. So it's just before 7 o'clock, sunset is going down. We've got about a 15-mile stretch to get up to the Bridger Jack aid station. This is going to climb a little bit. That's going to be the first sleep station of the course, and I may sleep there for a little bit before tackling the big climb up to Shay Mountain. Shay Mountain is the next crew station, and it's also a sleep station. So I'm either going to sleep there at Bridger Jack. I'm going to kind of play it by ear. It would be kind of nice to sleep at Bridger Jack and be a little bit more fresher for the Shay climb. And also that way I wouldn't be doing it in the middle of the night when it's the coldest out. But we'll see. It'll be easier to sleep with my crew because they have a cot and a sleeping bag all set up for me. But that was a good break, good stop. Definitely feel more refreshed, ready to tackle this section. I got my Pittsburgh outfit. So this is a Pittsburgh 5K shirt and my Pittsburgh marathon jacket. So feels good to be in a fresh pair of clothes. Yeah, here we go, night number 2. Let's get it. Also forgot to mention, I had one of the medics there who was also a nurse. She looked at the little weird bumps on my lip. She said that's a pretty common reaction to gels and the heat. But she said what I have looks more like something called thrush. I think that's what she said, thrush. Which I've never heard of that. I'm not sure what it is, but she basically said I'll be all right. Just kind of power through it until the race is over, and then there's some mouthwash I can get to take care of it. So no big deal. That's what we're gonna do. All right, we're making the slow but steady death march up this climb to the Bridger Jack aid station. We just hit mile 91, so we've got about 5.5 miles to go. It's about 10:12 p.m. I was hoping to get in to Bridger Jack around midnight. I think I am planning on sleeping there for an hour, maybe an hour and a half. That way I'm a little more rested for the big Shay mountain climb, which is the next segment. It's like 4,300 feet or something dumb. And that's also at Shay Mountains, the next crew station. So there won't be any crew at Bridger Jack, but there will be sleep stations. So I'm hoping I can just grab a cot and I'll be warm enough to lay down for a little bit. I don't know if I've been hallucinating. I've just kind of been like seeing shapes in the rocks and bushes, just like mild stuff like that. So I definitely need sleep. I thought I saw a hand pop up from the trail, in the middle of the trail, right at my leg. Turns out it was just one of these shrubs. And I keep seeing like rocks and trees moving. I'm thinking it's a person or an animal or something. Get closer and realize it's just a rock or a tree. Fun stuff. Feeling tired. I really want to make this push up to Bridger Jack without having to rely on a trail nap. So I've got a bunch of crushed up potato chips in my pack. I just ate a bunch of them, trying to perk up the energy a little bit. It actually seems to have worked, although I'm sure you can't tell by my voice right now. But I was hiking up this with my buddy Bart Mangino. He's another local Prescott runner. We did the first, I don't know, 7 or 8 miles of the section together. It's a 15-mile section. And then I stopped to get the chips out of my pack, and he kind of dropped me, which is fine. I told him if he wanted to take off, he absolutely could. Don't let me hold him back. He said the same for me, so. We're solo now, but got the music going. And I just wanted to make a little update video, because that sometimes seems to help pass the time by faster too. But I don't want to sound rambly, and I know video in the dark isn't always super exciting or interesting. So, having said that, I'm going to turn the camera off and see if we can power out these last 5 miles or so. It's all uphill to the aid station, so, but it's a steady climb. It's nothing too steep so far, so it's not bad, but it is all up the rest of the way. But I hope it stays steady like this so we can just hammer it out. All right, it looks like we made it to Bridger Jack. 12:50 in the morning. The race guide said this is at 96.5. I actually have closer to 97.5, but they've been pretty accurate so far. we're gonna see what we need to do to go to sleep here. I'm very much looking forward to it. Alright. Getting ready, head back out. It is 3:38 in the morning. I had a hour and a half, no, 2-hour nap in the tent, which was nice. It was a little bit cold. I didn't have a lot of people were having a sleeping bag and a drop bag there. I didn't have that, so I just kind of bundled up in my pants and coat, which means I finally got to use my cold gear for the first time. But feel much better after having that nap. So this next section, it's about 17 miles and it's like 4,300 feet of climbing with 2,000 some feet of descending, something like that. It's probably the hardest section of the course, and we're gonna knock it out. Starting out in the dark, be looking forward for the sunrise. I think that should give me a nice perk. And then once we get to the Shay Mountain aid station, my crew and my pacer will be there, so that'll be good too. So onward. All right, we are making good time here on the segment. It is 5:30 in the morning. Sun should be coming up in just over an hour. We're at mile almost 103, so we've been on this segment for 5 or 6 miles. I was sharing a lot of those miles with Andrew Marvin, a friend of mine, lives in Texas. He has a running podcast, the Happy Endings Trail podcast. Check it out. He was pacing Matt Miller, I believe his last name was. Matt lives in Phoenix. He's got a YouTube video in Cocodona called One Step at a Time. I recommend checking that out as well. It's a good video. We were going through this riverbed section. It was kind of tricky navigating, so I'm glad that I was able to team up with those guys. Andrew's run this race before, and it sounds like Matt, I believe he DNF'd this race previously, so they had both done that riverbed section, so I was glad to team up with them. But now we're just on this ATV road. We'll be on this for a little while, and we're just climbing. Also on that last section, and it's dark out obviously, so you can't see to anything, but that was the infamous turn that David Goggins missed the first year that he ran Moab. There's a turnoff to get down to the riverbed from the road that you're on, and honestly it's kind of easy to miss if you're kind of zoned out. I could see how he missed it, but he ran and didn't know he was off trail or off course for about 5 miles, so he doubled back and added on 10 to an already ridiculously long race. So that was cool. Andrew pointed out that's where that infamous missed turn was. So, but for now we're just cruising, making good time, feeling good. So we're gonna keep doing that. It is dawn here, Moab 240. We've survived night 2. So we have first light peeking over the mountains there. We're working our way up in the Abajo mountain range up to Shay Mountain aid station, which should be coming up in about 8 miles, but we've got quite a bit of climbing more to do on this section. We're gonna hit a really steep section here in a couple miles where, from what I understand, it's basically like a scramble up a rock spree. But right now we're kind of in this annoying up and down, steep up, steep down, kind of in this riparian looking area. We've had quite a few stream and water crossings, but luckily we've been able to keep our feet dry. We've also had some kind of swampy parts down here, but again, able to keep the feet dry, which is good. Last thing I want is wet feet when it's cold out and we're climbing a mountain. Our aid station, I think, is at roughly 85 or 8,600 feet at Shay Mountain, and then after that we actually go up and over Shay, so we're gonna top out at like 10.5 or 10.6 before heading down the mountain. Looking forward to seeing that in the daylight. I'm glad the timing worked out the way that it did. So I feel good. I'm glad that the night section's over. I think I'll get a good boost once the sun is actually out. It's usually how that works. I just feel like this climbing section's gonna be rough, but from what I understand, this chunk, this segment from Bridger Jack to Shay Mountain is the hardest section of the course. So be looking forward to that, being in the rear view mirror, seeing my crew up there and picking up a pacer for the next 30 or so miles. That'll be good, but before all that, we've got to get through this climb. There's a stream crossing. I don't know if you can see it. Looks like it's kind of dark. And we're just gonna go for it. I don't know if I can make this jump right now. Gosh. Ugh. Oh man, that was the most unathletic leap of my life. But feet are still dry. All right, it's flattened out a little bit for the moment. I just wanted to point out that for the first time, pretty much since the first 3 or 4 miles of the course leaving Moab, we're on a nice single track trail. So it's a welcome change. I think I didn't realize just how little single track is actually on this course. I mean, I knew just from reading the profile and what research I've done that it's a lot of slick rock and double track roads. But when you're actually out here, it's yeah, I guess it's just different. But we're on good single track now before it gets really steep again. So anyway, if you're thinking about doing Moab 240 and you're expecting flowy, lush, fast single track trails, think again. But for right now, this is pretty nice. Definitely a beautiful morning out here. This is a really hard section so far, but we're getting it done. I just ducked off trail in these pine needles there for a quick 5-minute nap. Sun's about to come up, so I should get a good burst of energy like I was saying, but I'm just starting to feel a little tired. And with these races, I found it's best, if you feel tired, sleep. So that's what I did. I think that brings my trail nap total for this race up to 4, I think. But seems to be working, so that's how we're getting through it. And I hope that that little nap there will power me up this very steep rocky climb that's coming up. All right, we're about to start this big climb coming out of this creek bed. You can see Andrew and Matt, who I was hanging with earlier in the dark, up there. And this is going to be straight up a wall basically for the next 1.5 miles. And I'm not looking forward to it, but it's got to get done. This is already super steep. Andrew, you got any words of wisdom for the camera?
Is this PG or PG-13? What is it?
We'll keep it PG.
This too shall pass.
All right, now let's try PG-13.
That usually allows one F-bomb.
We're probably halfway up this climb. I'm crawling. Last mile was a 33-minute pace. Crushing it. You can see some runners up there. I'm sure this doesn't look as steep as this is on the camera, but it's very steep. Wouldn't want to do this on fresh legs, let alone legs that have 110 miles on them. But this is what we signed up for. This is why we're here. So we're gonna keep going. I just stopped to take a quick break. There's our view. Absolutely amazing. We still got maybe 500 feet to go. Oh man, this is hard. All right, we made it up, over, and we are now going down. What the heck? This is our view. Pretty incredible. All right, we made it off that single track onto the road. Chalk that up as something I never want to do again. So, we should have about 4 or so miles just on this dirt road. A little bit of climbing here, but after that, it's gonna feel like nothing. And we should be at the aid station here pretty soon. It's about 9:45 in the morning. The cutoff to leave the Shay Mountain aid station is 6:30 p.m. tonight, so we are well within that. We are well on our way. The sun came out, and feels like it's gonna be hot again. We're up at 8,500 feet, but sometimes when you're at higher elevation, the sun kind of actually beats on you more. So be another hot one. I don't know if I'm gonna run any of this. I need to recover from that section. That was crazy. But this is beautiful. Almost forget we're in Moab, middle of the desert. Now we're in a beautiful mountain forest area. All right, we have aspen trees. Incredible. This is a desert race, right? Looks like maybe a week or two too late as far as seeing the leaves, but there's some. Oh, so pretty. My watch says this is an 11:44 pace right now. This is probably maybe 15. I don't know what it's thinking, but this is what I got. The LaSalle Mountains loom over the town of Moab, way out there. Hard to imagine we're going to be looping this back and taking that mountain range up and over to get back into town. That's going to be crazy. We're doing the death march up this road to get to the aid station. I'm not sure exactly how much longer we have. Mileage is a little bit off. I'm at 14.72. The race guide said Shay Mountain Aid was at, I'm sorry, 114.72. Minor difference. The race guide said it was at 114.22, I believe. So we're a half mile over that. Still no sight of the aid station, but we're just gonna keep marching up this road till we're there, whenever that may be. All right, signs of life. We're finally here. There's my wife. Hi. That was a really hard section.
But now you get pizza.
Pizza? If I can eat it. My tongue's all jacked up. Aspens are pretty.
Or there's breakfast burgers.
I've had enough of this. Hi. Oh, look at this little thing.
A PVC light arch thing.
Wow.
How are
Hi.
you feeling?
Good.
Good.
I thought that section was never going to end.
It did end.
Well, eventually it did. All right.
What's your number?
15.
Good job, 15.
Thanks.
Got it.
Where's everyone?
From Coconona. You were with Carol.
Oh my god, I do know you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, do I know? Oh, yeah. What's up, dude? I forget.
Yeah, we did. And you were
I
way
forget your.
faster. So we never saw
That's
you
right,
after that.
Nate. Yeah.
How are you doing?
All right. Yeah,
Pretty good.
You're doing it.
getting it done. It was a hard section.
Yeah, I hate that climb.
Have you done it before? Yeah. Oh, it's horrible. It's so bad.
Forever and ever.
And then you top out, and then you just descend, and then you just climb again.
That road sucks too. It just goes on forever. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm gonna. Thanks.
You're doing good.
Yeah, good seeing you guys.
See you. Have fun.
Oh man, where's everyone else?
Well, we left too early, so Julia was still sleeping.
Oh, so mom's not here?
Yeah.
That's fine. Oh man.
What do you want?
Well, I'll try to eat pizza.
Pepperoni
Pizza would be
pizza.
great.
What's your number?
15.
15? Okay, we'll get it ready and call your number.
Is it like a personal? Oh, perfect.
I talk to crew all the time.
Oh man. All right, we are leaving. What's this place called?
Shay Mountain.
Shay Mountain. Are we going up there? I don't know where we're going.
We're gonna eventually to the top.
We are going to climb to the high point on this course. Might be up there, might be somewhere else, but we're going to be going up to 10,500 feet and then coming down the other side of the mountain. 12-mile section. I'm here with my pacer. This is Yen. We're doing dueling GoPro videos. Yen has a YouTube channel. Is it just Flagstaff Liu? Yeah, LIU. I met Yen through the running group in Flagstaff, the Northern Arizona Trail Runners Association, or NATRA for short. She offered to drive up here and pace me, so I'm very thankful. So she'll be with me for the next 30 miles, right? 2 segments.
And maybe the last 40.
And maybe the last 40. So yeah, that's where we're at. We're gonna knock this section out. Any parting words?
Run.
Run? We don't do that here. We're just admiring the colors of the trees here. Yen was saying that the aspens in Flagstaff haven't really popped yet because it's been too warm there. And it's been unusually warm pretty much everywhere this summer and fall, but here, these are amazing. Probably the best time of year to be doing this race, to see stuff like this. Already doing it. We're just making our way through the aspen trees, enjoying the fallen leaves on the ground. Done a few puddles and streams to cross. The trees here are beautiful. Everyone said this is one of the prettiest sections on the course. And so I'm glad we're able to see this during the day. Looks like we've got some tall aspens up here. Nice golden leaves up top. Yeah, it's like we were transported from a desert race to a high elevation mountain race with all these aspens. And fall foliage. This is beautiful. Still got a little ways to go before we top out on our climb, but we have views for days up here, and all the color is pretty incredible. Hopefully you can see all the cliffs, canyons off in the distance. We've got our aspen trees up here, golden yellow, mountains. Not what you think of when you think of Moab and the desert. I think those aspens are kind of leaning to the right. That's crazy. See if we can get a closer shot of that. I feel a little bit out of it right now, but we're just making forward progress. That's all we can do at this point. But low energy, I feel tired. Tired of climbing. Last section had 4,300 feet of climbing. This section, you start out of the gate with a 2,200 foot climb. Not fair, but at least it's pretty. These aspen trees are unbelievably tall up here. That's got to be at least 100 feet. This one's so wide.
It's too big.
Right? Yeah, I'm about, I don't know, 2/3 of the way around.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Also, we got these bracelets, the last aid station, Moab 240. I'll be wearing that for the rest of the race. This is gorgeous up here. Oh. I had to plop down and take a 5-minute trail nap in the aspen leaves. I was starting to feel woozy, but these 5-minute trail naps do the trick. Oh man. Wow. Is that where we're going?
See the ribbon?
Yeah, but
I'm not that sure. No, that's not that one.
I bet we're going straight this way and either up and over or up to that saddle maybe, is my guess. I knew this section would be pretty. I didn't know it'd be this pretty. Might be my favorite section of the course so far.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah. So what do you think? Does it remind you of Flagstaff?
Yeah, a little bit. Like maybe Lucky Meadow.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. I would not expect this to be in Moab.
It's like I said, this race is a little bit of everything.
Yeah. All right, I believe we've topped out on our climbing. We've started the descent back down this mountain. We're just going into this hugely densely forested area. It's so pretty. Yeah, for being a desert race, you'd think we were in Colorado right now or something. It's incredible. Looks like we got a seasonal stream here. Pretty dry right now. All right, we're gonna try to make up some time on this descent. I'm good, I think. Ugh. That's actually a little bit slippery there. Huh. I promise we're still in Moab. Does not feel like it though. All right, I may have spoke too soon before. We're descending a little bit. And now we're climbing again, which makes sense because my watch says we're at 9760 elevation right now, and we're supposed to get up to around 10,500 on this section, which again is the high point of the course. So we've got to gain a couple hundred more feet. These watches are finicky though, might not be 100% accurate with what the course map says. I don't think we're going up 800 more feet because we should only have 3/4 of a mile left of climbing. But again, the numbers have been slightly off, so we'll see. We're just gonna take what the trail gives us. But for now, we're going back up again. We are still climbing. Right now we're at 10,226 feet. So a little bit more to go, but our views just opened up. So you can see all, probably not all, Canyonlands is huge, but that's Canyonlands National Park out that way. So we came from the outskirts of that up here, and now we're getting ready to loop it all the way back into town. But that's incredible. You can see all that. I can't express enough how happy I am that we got to do this in the daylight so that we can enjoy these views. All right, I think this is it. My watch says 10,433 feet, well, 30 feet now, but I believe that was our top out point. So we were saying goodbye to Canyonlands. Oh, there's a plane taking off, that's weird. And we are gonna wind our way down this side of the mountain. My legs hurt a little bit, but I'd like to start running or at least shuffling here. Because this single track is just too sweet to not do that. But cool, we have officially reached the high point of this course. We are going to hit 10,000 feet again once we go up and over the LaSalle Mountains, but it won't be quite this high. So we've hit the high point in our race. We're over halfway there, mileage wise, and we have more than half of our total climbing done, 17,200. So we have 31,500 total to do. So a lot of good things to check off the list with this segment. So now let's see if we can move a little bit faster and make up some time. Well, from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows, I'm definitely fighting through my lowest point, or a low point of the race so far. I was feeling so good at the top of that climb. I think I just got too excited, and when I was trying to run downhill past like 5 or 6 people, I was running it kind of aggressively, but then my energy just got zapped. I've been trying to eat and nothing's working, so we are doing a very slow death march down what should be runnable terrain to get back to, or not back, to get to the next aid station. In about a quarter mile or so we'll be there. I think I'm going to take like a 30-minute nap at this aid station, and I'll have my crew get my pack refilled and ready so that after that 30 minutes is up, we can kind of just get up and go. We're still fine. It's 5:30 right now. The cutoff to leave this aid station, I believe, is 12:30, so we're 7 hours ahead. I'd like to keep that buffer, but I need something right now. I think a 30-minute nap before we tackle this next section will be good, especially because as the sun goes down, it's always when I seem to struggle staying awake even more. So I think that's going to be the plan. He knows about the GoPro. Kiddo. Hi, baby. Can you say dada? Dada, 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 dada. Dada, 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 dada. Dada, dada, dada. You little dork. She doesn't know what it is. All right, I have to go.
Okay. Daddy gotta go, babe.
All right, update. We left the Monticello Lake aid station. We're back on the road. We have a 17-ish mile section that is something like 3,200 feet downhill and about 800 feet uphill. So definitely going to try to make up some good time here. It's 6:30. The cutoff to leave that aid station was 12:30. So we're still 6 hours ahead, which is great. I basically passed out in the back of the van for about 20 minutes. And while I was doing that, Yan and Emily, my wife, were refilling all my bottles and everything. I woke up and chugged a naked juice, and then I had them make me a meatball hoagie, which I just inhaled on the go. So trying to be a little more efficient, but I'm still at that aid station for a little bit longer than I wanted to, but feel much better. We probably have another half hour or so of daylight, so most of the section will be in the dark. So I won't do too much filming, unless I see another dead cow, which I don't think I filmed that last night. I got a picture, so I'll put it in the video, but there was just like a dead cow that was half eaten just right on the trail, which was kind of freaky, because it looked like a fresh kill. But anyway, we are going to get moving. So our sunsets the first two nights were okay. I think we were in a bad spot to see them, but tonight looks like we've got a good one over there. So that is awesome. All right, it's just after midnight. We are still about 3 miles out from the aid station. I hate this section. I'm just sleepwalking right now, basically, through stupid dirt roads and rocks, and yeah, this is not fun at the moment. All I can think about is getting to the aid station and being able to sleep for an hour or so. These nights are just so hard to get through out here, especially as they start to build up as the race goes on. I don't know how some of these other people do it, but it's so hard for me. And I really, really hate this section. There's quite a few sections of this course that I really hate. There's a few that are great, but there's also a few that are horrible. This is one of them. But I suppose we'll be there soon enough. Okay, update. I'm gonna point the camera just at my feet because I'm pretty sure that's the only way I can get recordings in the dark that aren't pitch black. We are leaving the Dry Valley aid station. My watch says mile 147.57. So I've got a couple bonus miles in somewhere, or the mileage is just a little bit off. But anyway, we're on the road to the Needles aid station in 14 miles. So by my count, that'll be 161.5 roughly. It's about 3:45 in the morning. I slept at that aid station for about an hour and a half and got my usual foot cleaning, blister powder, new socks, new shoes. Ate some food. I had a pancake with syrup, I had banana, I had a naked juice, some fruit snacks, and I'm by myself again. Yan has finished her pacing duties. I'm very appreciative of her being willing to do that. This section, it's all, I believe it's all on this dirt road, kind of like this, so smooth and very runnable. I don't know that I'll be running right now. I'm still kind of getting the stiffness out of my legs, but it feels very pleasant outside. It's only maybe 60 degrees, maybe high 50s. So, yeah, again, I just have shorts and my light jacket on, not even wearing gloves, and it feels great. And once I start moving a little faster, I might even take the jacket off and just be in a t-shirt. But we are roughly 5 hours ahead of what the cutoffs are for that aid station. And I think I'd have to check again, but the cutoffs are a little bit more lenient to leave the Needles aid station. So assuming we can make good time in this segment, and we're in great shape. So we've got about 3 hours of forward movement until the sun will come out, and then we are just going to keep trucking along here. I'm really just kind of breaking it down to get to mile 200. Once we get to 200, then the vast majority of the last 40 miles are downhill and runnable downhill. So we've got 2 flat-ish sections and then 1 monster of a section where we climb about 5,000 feet and descend about 3,500 feet up at elevation. So might be doing that one as it gets dark out tonight. We'll see. So in that case, I will actually use my cold gear at least once during this race, but again, we'll see how the timing for that works out. And I'm going to cut this recording off because I'm sure this is very uninteresting to look at and I'm getting rambly. So here we go. Let's finish up the third night. Okay, it is dawn here on day 3 of this race, I think. Let's see, we've had 3 sunsets. So yeah, day 3. We are on a road that will take us to the aid station in a couple of miles. Kind of making our way up a gradual hill right now. You can see the sun starting to come up behind me. I'm not sure if this will be a good, yeah, I guess it's not bad. Looks like they're getting some rain that way. There was thunder and lightning off in the distance throughout the night last night, but thankfully none that came our way. But it looks like back there they're still getting it. So we have survived night 3 of this thing. Now all I gotta do is just keep marching forward on this road for a few miles, and we'll be at the next aid station here pretty soon. I'm just turning this on to show more of the sunrise that is going on behind me. I'm not sure how well it's picking up all the colors, but that is beautiful. Almost makes me want to just walk backwards for a little bit and just watch the show. Nice to see actual scenery. Those night sections with the long desert roads are rough, because you're basically just looking at nothing and mindlessly walking or shuffling for the whole duration of the night. But I did a couple running miles last night, actually. By running I mean like 15-minute miles, so you know, running is subjective, but yeah, I felt pretty good after taking that nap at that aid station. So probably my best night so far, at least the second half. The first half of the night was rough to get into that aid station, but that's just how these things go. There's ebbs and flows, and it's all about grinding out the lows and riding out the highs. But it's good to have daylight again, and we are ready to tackle another day of this thing. All right, just on the side of the road, we've arrived at the Needles aid station. Let's go. Right, making our way out of the Needles aid station. Back on this road for a little bit. Not super fun, but I'm moving stiff, so we're just gonna take it easy until we loosen up. That was a good stop. I had a lot of good food there. First, I had a deep fried Oreo with pancake batter on either side of it. It was amazing. And then I had a couple of pancakes with a lot of syrup and about 4 slices of bacon. All very good. And they had apple juice there, so I put apple juice in my flask because I'm pretty sick of tailwind at this point. So that's a welcome change. And I got some foot care by one of the medics. I think Annette was her name, and she did a great job taping up some spots and then cleaning my feet. And then she was just kind of like giving me a foot massage, which was sweet, but I guess I was tensing up, so she kept telling me to relax, and I'm like, I am relaxed. And she's like, no, you have to relax. And she was like hitting my feet because they were tense. And she was like, just relax, what the F is wrong with you? So I thought that was pretty funny. So I'm gonna be thinking about that for the rest of the race. Just relax my feet. It's actually kind of chilly right now. The sun came up and it warmed up, but we've got some cloud coverage and a slight breeze. So I took my coat off leaving the aid station. I'm wondering if I should put it back on, or maybe just do arm sleeves for a little bit. So anyway, we've got about 13 miles to get to the next aid station, and it's going to be another grind on roads. We're starting obviously on the asphalt road, and then we're making our way into another dirt road. But it sounds like after the next aid station, we'll finally begin into some more interesting single track and stuff like that. So it's been a long grind of road sections on this race. But thankfully, it sounds like we're nearing the end of that. And then we'll get to enjoy some actual trails coming up soon. So, time to grind some more. Let's get it. Alright, we are getting rained on. Ugh. It's not super heavy. It's more of a drizzle, but the sun is hidden behind all the clouds, so it's also chilly. So it's just kind of chilly rain. Hopefully it doesn't turn into a chilly downpour. It's raining pretty good over that way. We'll see what happens. If you want to know what it's like to run the Moab 240, this is it right here. A lot of this. Ugh. Luckily the drizzle stopped and we're heading that way for a long time. So the cloud coverage is actually making it significantly cooler than if the sun were beating down on us, so I'm taking advantage. I'm trying to run this out while it's cooler, and by run, that's what I mean. Although my watch says I'm doing a 13-minute, 16-second pace. It's not bad. But if I can mix this in with some fast walking, I'll be doing about 15-minute miles. That'll cut off a good chunk of time to get to the Road 46 aid station. I'm really sick of these road sections. But off to our left, those are the LaSalle Mountains behind that mesa right there. And it does look like they're getting pounded. Quite a bit of rain up there, so I feel for the runners that are making their way up right now. It's the perks of being slow. I'll be heading up there later tonight, hopefully. Hopefully all the weather will have made its way out by then. But I mean, look at this. There's like nobody around me. Like, this road is just endless. And I feel like that's how this course has been for the last like 100 miles. So the scenery's pretty, you know, I love open spaces, I love the desert, I love all the different rocks. But the actual course, to be honest, I'm kind of disappointed with it. There's a couple spots that are, well, there's a lot of spots that are beautiful. But there's just so many road sections, and that's just not my thing. But hammer this out, get to the next aid station, and then hopefully things will get significantly more interesting from there to the end. But man, I am dying for some single track right now. This is another one of those segments that will just never end, which I'm starting to think pretty much this entire race is like that. Especially when you're just on the same dirt road for these long stretches. And also the mileage, either my watch is way off or the mileage that they gave us is way off, because I've been on this trail for 14 miles now. It was supposed to be a 13-mile section, and I still got probably 2 miles to get to the aid station. So that's a little annoying, but we are getting there. I can finally see the road that we're actually going to cross, and then once we cross that road, the aid station is a little bit down, maybe half mile or so, maybe a full mile, I'm not too sure. But yeah, we're I'm not feeling all right, but it is tough when mentally, like, you're prepared for a 13-mile segment, and all of a sudden it's like an 18-mile segment. and it's happened a few times during this race. That's a little tough. But, you know, what are you gonna do? Miles have to get done regardless. Okay, we have come to the road crossing here. Highway 191, I believe. And the aid station still isn't here. We've got to cross the road over there, it looks like. We'll go through this field, and then that's Road 46 over there, where our actual aid station is. They said to cross quickly because traffic moves fast. I was about as quickly as I could go without being hit by that car. And we have more double track dirt road. My favorite. Oh, thanks. Alright, wasn't sure this place would ever get here. Here we are. Ugh. Uh-oh.
Daddy's here. He wants to sleep.
Is she standing? Julia!
Julia, look!
Julia! Hey, kiddo!
It's Daddy!
Hi, baby. Hey,
Go
baby.
get him!
There's too much stuff in the way. I don't think you can walk this
Just
way.
the sleeping bag's in the way.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you fit? Hey, kiddo. Hi, baby. You want to take a nap with Daddy?
Oh, are you gonna sleep in here?
Yeah, for like 20 minutes.
Do you want me to move the seat?
It doesn't matter. I can fit either way. Julia.
Baby!
Hey, kiddo. No.
Alright, kiddo, let's
Yeah.
go.
Right. Leaving Road 46 aid station after another long, extended, much needed break. I got about half hour, maybe 45 minutes of sleep in the van. I can't remember. I think I was gonna do a half an hour, but I made it 45 minutes. Anyway, got some sleep. I elevated my feet for a while because they were really swollen. So I was doing that. I've got some fresh gear on me, including I put my wool toe socks on. And I had some spaghetti and meatballs. I had a naked juice, some other stuff I can't really remember. And then we had to do a gear check, which means they had to actually visually see everything in your pack. So we got the pack all stuffed up and then had to, you know, kind of take it all out again for the guy to check it. But honestly, it's good because we're heading up over 10,000 feet tonight and it's going to be cold. So I'll actually get to use the cold gear instead of just having it bulging out of my pack. So it'll actually make it easier to carry, which might be nice. So we have a 14.3 mile section, allegedly. Everything's kind of been short, especially the last couple segments. But either way, I'm at 176.1 miles. So that should take me to 190 overall. And there's quite a bit of climbing on this segment. I want to say 3,500 feet or so. And it's mostly on dirt roads like this, but at least we're actually heading up something, and it's not just a flat dirt road to nowhere for 20 miles on end like the last 80 miles of this course have been. So we're gonna knock this out. We have 3 more aid stations. Crew is gonna be at the second of those 3 at Geyser Pass, which is mile 200, which for my watch will probably be 205, 206. And then after that, it's pretty much downhill to the finish for the last 40 miles. So really, we just gotta hunker down and bang out this 3,500 foot climb. The segment after that has a 5,000 foot climb. And after that, bring it on home. But for now, we're just hobbling along the trail here, and once I get loosened up, I'll start moving a little bit better. I actually do move okay during these things, despite what the camera shows half the time. It just takes me a little while to get going. So we are getting there, and we're gonna get this thing done. So we're about a mile into this segment, and this trail might seem awful by the looks of it, but it's actually a much welcome change from all the flat, boring. Have I mentioned I just hate roads, dirt roads and regular roads? This is much, much better. You can see, I believe we're gonna follow it up that way. I can't see any people on that trail, but I'm gonna guess we're gonna go up here and then follow it. You can see the Road 46 aid station in that parking lot in that field down there where we were. I believe these are the Abajo mountain range, the Abajo mountains. So that's where we were when we were up at the top of Shay yesterday. So this is more up my alley. So settling into a good hiking pace that isn't flat. We're actually climbing, so that feels better on the legs because we're using different muscles. Yeah, I don't have too much else to add. We're gonna keep knocking this climb out. Okay, I was wrong. We are not going along that trail there. We have a left turn here, and we are going up this way, which looks like all kinds of type 2 fun. Let's go. All right, we've made a turn off of that really rocky part. We're onto a little bit more smooth, flat trail now. We've got these awesome sweeping views, LaSalle Mountains, where we're eventually going. And I believe all that, well, I don't know, Canyonlands, we'll just call it. That's Canyonlands back there, all the cliffs. Oh, I feel like I can barely talk. I have these really gnarly cold sores all over my tongue, and it's like hard to swallow from all the dust. Makes it hard and painful to eat. And also apparently hard to talk. But mountains are beautiful there. So it is 4:40 p.m. I left that aid station at 4 p.m. And the cutoff was 10:30 p.m. So 6.5 hours ahead, which is great. And just kind of doing the mental math, anticipating on getting up to Geyser Pass. I don't know, maybe we'll call it midnight. Well, no, it's whatever. We'll just call it midnight. I don't know if that's a sleep station, and I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. Because the next section, that's the really hard section. Well, yeah, like they're not all really hard, but from Pole Canyon to Geyser Pass, mile 200, there's a 5,200 foot or so climb. So anyway, if I can get a good push tonight, get up and over that, I mean, I have a shot to finish before dark tomorrow. I guess it all depends on how much I want to sleep tonight, or how much I need to sleep tonight, I should say. But either way, I feel pretty good about how the race has gone so far. I have no idea where I'm at placement wise, but I really just wanted to finish. And if I could finish without having to go through a 5th night out here, that would be ideal. So that would put me for a finish at some point tomorrow evening, roughly 27 hours from now, I would say. So we'll see what happens. Pretty nice section here, but I'm not planning on running hardly any of this. Probably won't do any running until we top out at Geyser Pass at mile 200. Last 40, as I've been mentioning, are mostly downhill, so I'm going to save it for that. Will say though that this mountain range staring us in the face looks pretty intimidating. I'm not sure what all we're going up and over, but we are headed that direction, and those are some big mountains ahead. So yeah, let's do it. We are approaching the steep part of the climb. We're on a little Forest Service road, just briefly. We've got a little sunset action. We got a little rain action. We got a little rainbow action over where we're heading. So that is beautiful. I think that's a good sign. The sun is pretty much setting off to my left. So I'd estimate maybe we have another 30 minutes of daylight. Climb hasn't gotten super steep yet, but it will. But right now we're just on this gradual uphill. It's been mostly rocky. This is one of the smoother sections thus far, but yeah, at some point here, actually, is that, oh yeah, the trail looks like it goes off. Well, I guess it splits. We'll take the left way, a little smoother than that over there. But yeah, 4th sunset of Moab, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think today's Monday. So yeah, 4th sunset of the race. Crazy. We're still out here getting it done. Oh man. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I'm anxious about this climb, so I'm ready for it to get going. I mean, really get going. This is pretty smooth so far. I'm sure the views on this climb are pretty epic. Won't be enjoying those because of the sun going down, but I think by the time we're up there and coming down the other side, we'll have daylight and we'll be able to enjoy those views a little bit, as much as we can. But this is pretty for now, and we're gonna just keep on moving. All right, I think we're starting to get a little rockier here as we're climbing up. Had a little bit of a, I don't know if scare is the right word, but it started drizzling on us a little bit heavier for a couple of minutes. And so I actually pulled out my emergency poncho from my pack And just as I was getting ready to unwrap it, the rain stopped. So we're still dry for the moment. You can see all the rain is kind of over that way. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's a little bit dark over there, but where we're headed, we're kind of right on the outskirts of it, so hoping we'll be okay. But I was able to rearrange some things in my pack, and actually got my jacket tied to the back of my pack instead of being tied around my waist, so that's actually a lot more comfortable. So it worked out. And we have a sign up here to go right. We are almost at 185 miles, and I'm at 79 hours overall. You can see elevation gain and loss. So pretty crazy numbers. I guess the winner already finished. He finished in about, I think, 69 hours. So about 10 hours ago, which is crazy. But then, like, Jeff Browning set the course record on this version of the course, which is a newer version, last year or 2 years ago. And I think he ran it in 58 hours, which is just unfathomable to me. But, you know, that's why those guys are pros. And that's why I'm not. So we should have 5 or 6 miles left of this climb to get up to the Pole Canyon aid station. So we're getting there. Thank you.
Number
15.
You got a bag?
No.
Number 15.
Thank you.
Temp's warm.
Great.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
All right, Pole Canyon aid station. Welcome to the pool party. It's a party for sure. How's it going?
What's up? How's it going?
Good, how are you? All right, getting ready to head out of the pool party aid station. That was great. I had a little nap. I was moving so well before getting there, but I'm glad I took a break. It is 10:38 p.m. This is a 15-mile section with a lot of climbing and a lot of descending. So I wanted to, rather than just push, get in a little break. So I took a nap for 45 minutes, and I had a delicious double cheeseburger, which really hit the spot. Now I'm trying to warm up because it's cold, and I was just not moving for a while, and I'm trying to figure out how to walk again, because again, I wasn't moving for a while. But we are on the home stretch. He's getting some intel in there from the aid station volunteers. My buddy Andrew Marvin, who I was not piggybacking, I guess hitchhiking might be a better term for it. He was pacing someone, and so I was hitching along with them through our section. Anyway, he was working at the aid station, and I guess he was just saying there's so many drops this year, like way more than normal, and there's still a bunch of people out on course. There's a bunch of people that aren't going to make cutoffs just because how hot of a year it was, which is crazy. So anyway, I am going to get to work through this. Well, it should be the final night. Again, the overall cutoff isn't until Wednesday at 9 a.m. It's Monday night now, so there's a chance I could have to go Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. But if I stick to my plan right now, I should be in good shape to finish
Tuesday night. What's going on with my light? Tuesday night at like, I don't know, 9 p.m. maybe. So after sunset, but before we have to battle through another night. So that's where I'm at, and we are going to knock this segment out. Making our way up the climb. We are at 9,100 feet right now. So we've got a little bit over 1,000 feet to go before we top out. This is beautiful. I wish I was seeing this in the daylight, but this just seems like a really magical trail. I don't think the camera picks up very well in the dark, but there's just aspen trees and leaves all over the ground, quaking aspens, just massive trees. I don't know. They're just super tall. I'm sure you can't see how tall they are, but beautiful trail, even at night. Okay, I believe we are at the high point. That's our intersection. We're heading left to go down South Mountain Trail. We're at 10,410 feet in elevation right now. Oh, what a freaking climb that was. I actually felt pretty strong, considering I just made slow, steady progress. I didn't even stop. Just kept going. Oh man, that was a climb. So now we go down for a little bit. We climb back up pretty much to 10,400. And then we go down, and we're basically up and down until we get to the aid station. It should be in about maybe 9 miles, I'm not sure. My watch is off. I'm at 196 right now, miles. Aid station supposed to be at 200, but I've been anywhere from 5 to 6 miles off. But man, what a trail. I really wish I could have seen that in the daylight, but at the same time, doing that at night was almost magical. It was so beautiful. Okay, we just hit 200 miles. It's 3:17 in the morning, and you can also see my overall time right now, 87 hours 12 minutes, which isn't too bad, I think, for a 200-mile distance. But this race, it's not just 200, it's 240, because why not? This is a hard section. Look at this, I got a duck under this tree. Oh, yeah. I have to get my hands and knees for this. Oh, gosh. Oh. That was something. Still got this. Wow, that was crazy. Hopefully you can see that. Oh man. I think I have about 6 miles to the Geyser Pass aid station. Starting to feel tired. I had one trail nap before 10 minutes I laid down for, which helped for about an hour, But now I'm feeling tired again. This is a crazy trail though. I mean, it drops off on the side. So when you're tired and sleep deprived and woozy, you know, I can definitely see how Andrew Glaze fell and hurt his back on this section last year. I've almost fallen a few times. I'm thankful for my poles. But yeah, we're just trying to get through this night. These nights are tough. I was feeling strong up until recently, and now I just feel tired. It'll be good when the sun comes up and I'll get that second wind. Well, you can't see the waterfall, but you can hear the waterfall right here. Goes all the way down the mountain. How pretty. It's hard to do that when you're exhausted. Not get your feet wet. I think we are going back up. Hey. The moon is so incredibly bright tonight. I don't know if you can pick up on that or if it just looks like a dot, but it's super cool. I did something really stupid. I laid down for a trail nap and I slept for about 20 minutes. But I guess I was laying, the way that I was laying, I was putting pressure on one of my flasks, one of my bottles up front. So I woke up and my chest was like soaking wet. Not good because it's cold outside. So I was shivering pretty badly for about a mile maybe. I was just trying to move quickly after waking up to just generate heat. My chest is still kind of damp, but I'm not shivering anymore, so that's good. But yeah, I can't believe I did that. Glad I took the nap though. I was starting to get very woozy. So we're about I'm at 201.5 miles. I think our aid station is around 205, maybe 206. So right now we're looking at 4 to 5 miles to get there. It is 4:36 in the morning. I'm thinking at least another 2 hours until I'm at the aid station. So probably won't be light out yet, but I think I do want to get a little nap there, and then it should be light out when we're getting ready to leave, which will be great. So there's the moon. This is turning into a long night on this trail, but we're getting it done. Alright, we have first light here. Not sure if you can see me or not. Day 4, I think, of this thing now. I took a wrong turn, got way off trail, ended up costing me a little over a mile, and I was using Gaia to try to make my way back, but I don't know what I did. I ended up, there were 2 other runners up on the hill with their lights on, and I hollered out to them, and I had them just hang out so I could follow their light to get to where they were. and I had to cross a stream and climb over some down trees, bushwhack through some thorns. So I definitely went up a different way. So I don't know what I did, but the markings in general, I would say, aren't great. I understand it's a massive undertaking to mark a 240-mile course, most of which is in the middle of nowhere. But even like the ribbons just aren't very reflective at night, especially, you know, yeah. So, and I'm also kind of loopy and delirious, which doesn't help. But either way, we're back on trail now. We added a bonus mile. I'm at 206.25 overall. I think this is another segment that is longer than advertised, because I think I'm still a few miles away. And I thought I should have been there at around 206, but even with that wrong turn, I think it's a little bit longer. And this is the last crewable aid station, and I guess my wife got the van stuck trying to drive out here. So we're trying to get a tow truck to come out, get her unstuck. And so I don't know if she'll be there or not, but yeah, crazy couple of things happening here in the last hour or so. But I'm just glad to be back on trail, and I'm looking forward to getting to the aid station. This has been a long, hard segment, but hopefully it's almost over. Well, you can see what our views have been like all night. Looks like this area got hit with a fire, but the regrowth has been taking place, and fall colors in full swing. So pretty. You can see the aspen forest we just made our way through. Now we're popping off. Our views are overlooking Moab, where our finish line awaits. And other than that wrong turn, I made pretty decent time on that section, but it's probably a good thing it was all in the dark, because I would have been taking a lot of pictures and video. But just absolutely gorgeous up here. What a treat it is to be up here right now at this race. I have no idea how far the aid station is. I don't really care at this point. This is one of the most beautiful things that I've ever seen. The sunrise after popping out of that aspen forest was unbelievable. And I just can't believe how pretty it is up here. starting to think that this aid station didn't actually exist, but we have made it. I'm at 209.62 miles, so this is actually going to be the the Moab 250, which is okay. My wife is on her way. She got the van unstuck. So I'm gonna eat food here. Thanks. Won't hang out for super long, but would like to see her before I take off.
You just get here, Runner?
Yeah, I just got here.
You want to check in with the red hoodie?
Yep.
You just arrived?
Yeah, 15.
15, gotcha, thank you. Check out before you take off.
Okay. Yeah.
We have your gels.
Oh, sweet. All right. Leaving the aid station. I was there for about a half an hour, so for me, that's pretty good. What'd you say?
Nice work.
Thank you.
Get the fuck out of there.
Time to finish this thing, right?
Got a couple miles.
Here. Yeah, the views here are just so crazy. I mean, just look at that. So we have about 1,000-foot climb right out of the gate, and it's pretty much downhill to the finish. And I feel good. Like I want to hammer as much of that as possible. If I can maintain 3 miles an hour, I'll be done around 10 o'clock tonight, which means I won't have to go battle through a 5th night, and it also means I can sleep in a bed, get a full night's sleep, and then get up and hang out for golden hour. But before all that happens, there's still work to be done. But we can see the light starting to appear at the end of the tunnel. We're making our way up Geyser Pass Road, I believe this is called. Steady incline, but nice and smooth. So, moving pretty well. And I just love the all the aspen trees up here. The golden leaves, it's like, you think Moab 240, you think desert, red rock, sandstone, wide open vistas, but like, you also get this. It's pretty incredible. I had a moment, I don't even remember how much I filmed after the sun rose this morning, but it was such a struggle to get through last night. That was a really hard section. The most climbing and descending we've done. I think it was like 5,300 feet of climb and 3,000 some feet of descent. Really steep trails. Flags were hard to spot. I ended up getting off trail for a little bit. Added at least a mile, lost some time. Cold, windy, all those things. And then it's like, pop out and thank you. Then it's like, after all that struggle, you know, I'm taking trail naps. I spilled water on my chest. It was freezing cold. All this stuff, and then all of a sudden the sun comes out and you're just treated to the most beautiful view you've ever seen in your life. And it's like, what a microcosm of our sport. And especially with doing 200s, the highs and the lows are just so extreme on each end, but it's what makes it all beautiful, and it's what makes it all worth it. because you can't have those big highs without those big lows. So yeah, that's a moment that I'm gonna remember for the rest of my life. So anyway, we are gonna finish this thing. I think we're gonna do it. And just yeah, I think we're gonna do it. We got some turkeys hanging out. Looks like there's 4 of them that I see. We're still trekking our way up this road. Been 2.5 miles. Something's up with the mileage here. Probably my watch, but everything's been high ever since like halfway through the race. But at some point we're gonna crush some downhills whenever it gets here. All right, we're back on single track Clark Lake Trail. So far, beautiful. Just like everything else up here. It's a little rockier in places than I was anticipating based on the course description, but hoping it'll smooth out because I want to hammer this. My feet don't like rocks right now, but smooth they can do. So we'll see. Either way, on our way back down to Moab, where the finish line awaits. There we have Clark Lake, I'm guessing, since we're on the Clark Lake Trail. Very pretty. Hey, you guys gotta let me pass. I've got places to be. Come on. Excuse me. Friends. Can I get through? Come on. What about you, cowbell? Come on. Keep going. Go join your friends. Hey, I'm coming up this way. There you go. There you go. Bomb that hill. Thank you, friends. Well, this isn't the smooth, easy descent that I was anticipating, but it's pretty nonetheless. We're still moving pretty well. Making a good time. Doing 17, 18 minute miles down this thing. Hike running. But I think this trail will eventually spit out onto a more smooth surface. And I don't know, I want to run some of this in. So, but it's pretty. It's been following the stream. You can hear it over there. Yellow leaves everywhere. Absolutely gorgeous here. I can't believe this is Moab. Very beautiful. I think actually we're approaching the end of this trail. Okay, so we're gonna hop out down there onto a road, and maybe we can hammer some miles after all. This course just isn't giving up. Thought we had all the steep climbs behind us, but nope. We're in the midst of one right now. Oh man. So much for all downhill to the finish, yeah? Trying to see if the trees are gonna open up, because this view you get is so pretty. Yeah, a little bit. You can just see that valley of trees alongside that road. And the cliffs beyond the distance of Moab. Absolutely beautiful here. Well, in between taking pictures and filming, I'm doing quite a bit of each this segment. It's so pretty up here though. But man, that climb just punched me in the mouth. That was steep. I was not expecting that on this section. But allegedly at some point it is pretty much all downhill. Just hasn't quite been that way yet. Alright, we found the paved downhill road. Now, this section turned into a sufferfest very quickly. It started out like euphoric. And I got punched in the face by that climb. But well, at least we're on the downhill road now, but I don't know if I'm going to be hammering it quite like I thought I was going to be. Pretty amazing shot of the LaSalle Mountains here. Absolutely beautiful. I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep. I need to take a nap or something. I don't know if it's the sun beating down or if it's the fact that I haven't laid in a bed in 4.5 days. But I feel horrible right now. Right at the very end. And more dirt roads. I gotta find a way to recover. We've got a pretty good view coming down this road. I'm just moving forward, just walking it in basically. Whenever I try to run, it just zaps my energy. It's also really hot out again. So we're just gonna do what we can do, which is move at this pace right now and just taking in the scenery. We should be at the aid station in about 8 miles. The last aid station at Porcupine Rim. Did I say 8 hours? I meant 8 miles. So hopefully that'll be in I don't know, 2.5 hours. This is 4 o'clock. It'll still be warm then, but I don't know. We'll get it done either way. But right now we're just walking. Alright, we are past the final aid station. I don't think I even filmed me going in there or doing anything there. I was in and out of there relatively quickly. I just had a bacon cheeseburger and some Coke. Got my stuff refilled and headed out. I want to get this over with. We're on more dirt road. We've been on it for a little over a mile, so we have maybe 3/4 of a mile more. And then we're actually going to be on trail. Amazing. So we'll be on trail for a little bit, and it's going to wind its way down to the Colorado River. And then the last few miles of the course I think it's just a paved trail, but it follows the Colorado River back into town where the start line was and where the finish line will be. So can't wait to be done. I feel kind of bad that I'm so cranky, but just these dirt roads are so mind-numbing. And again, it's just not my thing. But I don't know, I'm gonna finish this thing, so that's cool. And our views are nice. The sun's going down, so it's not quite as blazingly hot as it was for that last segment. Time right now, it's 5:41, so the sun will be going down in another an hour or so. So I'll be finishing after sunset, but before another overnight, which is great. That was like my secondary goal. First goal was just to finish. So 2 for 2, assuming I actually finish and nothing disastrous happens in the next 18 miles. But yeah, at least this is actually downhill. Most of this last segment is downhill. I think it's 800 feet climbing and then 3,000 feet descending or something to that effect. So yeah, I'll check in along the way, but I am definitely looking forward to taking a shower, brushing my teeth, and actually sleeping in the bed tonight. So let's get this race knocked out so we can make those things happen. I believe we are about to take our final steps of dirt road of this race, because I think this is the turnoff for our trail that will lead us back into town. Let's see if I'm right. Here? Or no, I guess we are on this dirt road. Dang it. A little bit more, 100 feet. Well, that sign is right there. And then I think we're actually going to be off of the dirt roads. Hopefully. And I guess this is a pretty popular bike trail for downhilling, so it should be fairly runnable. We'll try to make up some decent time, but we'll see. All right. Super exciting, yeah? Let's go. Got a pretty good view of the sunset here along this kind of a trail. Basically, it's a ATV road, but not a bad view. I'll take it. Got a pretty sunset. Got an okay trail. Got the finish line in sight. Things are good. Not a bad way to finish, huh?
Yeah. Let's go finish.
It's golden hour, 4th sunset of the Moab 240, which means I probably won't do any video until we're at the finish line. I'm also hallucinating really badly right now, and it's kind of weird. I've never been this sleep deprived before. So, yeah, we're gonna finish this thing. So far, the things I've seen on the trail since leaving that final aid station, I've seen, and these are all not real, by the way. I've seen people walking their dogs. I've seen ATVs coming up the trail. I've seen babies crawling across the trail. I feel like I'm in a dreamlike state, and that I've been here and done this already before. And I feel like my legs are just moving, and the rocks are just moving where they're supposed to be, but I'm not actually controlling anything. It's super weird. I'm ready to be done. Further is it?
Down this hill and then just an immediate left after the curve.
You running in slides?
Yes. I ran marathons in slides.
Have you really?
Yeah. Feels a lot better.
Huh? I'll have to try that. Oh, so we go right here and then around?
Yep, turn down. And then where the lights are down there, just turn.
Are you guys gonna run it in with the stroller?
You run it how you want to.
Well, I'm with Emily.
What?
I want this to be done, so Julia's gonna go for a ride.
This just went red, like there's no screen.
Yeah, it's fine. It's still recording.
I haven't got a GoPro yet.
She's fine.
Keep going, keep going.
We'll cut through. Yeah, we'll cut through. You're not allowed to.
It says do not answer.
Let's go.
Am I answering?
Yep.
All right.
We're violating rules.
The flag.
What do we got? Oh, the flag.
Turn left.
That would have been bad.
No college ones. No.
Come here.
Double elephant.
Miss you.
Yeah.
Miss you, kiddo. Who are all these people? Hi, baby. See you, baby. All right.
Yay!
I'm so proud of you. Oh.
Let me grab that track.
Grab the track real
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you've had enough longer by now.
I won't speak on that one.
Oh, dude.
Come here just for me. Here just for you. Congratulations, dude.
That's a good day. Sun is black over.
Congratulations.
I'll go to bed.
Yeah, man. You're so awesome. Good job.
Thanks. Hi. Sorry. Oh, let's do another one. Camera. You get it? Can do another one? Get it?
We were trying to get all the emotion.
Yeah. Right now it's just wanting to sleep.
Here, let's take your pack off.
Yeah, and also thank you for your after.
Hang on, yeah.
Daddy's done.
Oh yeah, I gotta get that. Oh, here. I don't want to do that right now.
Serious?
Kiss your mother.
Yeah,
Oh, so proud. I think so.
Here. Yeah, just give me a.
You want to take that off?
Yeah, I would love to take this off.
You're allowed to do that.
He would love to never run again.
I'm considering that.
Just watch me get tortured in
probably.
a couple weeks.
Oh shoot. I lost 3 minutes. On my watch. Done.
I also added 10 miles.
Didn't set a PR today, that's too bad.
My feet hurt so bad.
Oh, we got some your ufus.
You want some pizza or something?
That sounds great.
We can get you one cooking with everything, or
Well,
We have one in the room. We actually already bought him one. So.
what the heck is what?
race. Like
You tell me.
race that never ends.
It's a long one, so that makes sense,
Just puts you in
right?
like, yeah.
All right.
Should I smile or should I look like I feel?
Look how you feel.
One of each. Oh,
Yeah.
redo. Do that again.
Mulligan.
That's amazing. And now we can get a big smile. But you can still feel how you feel, obviously.
I'm never doing that again.
Buckle time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, buckle. Let's go.
And if you hate it that
So
much, you might as
bad.
well just do mystery.
Do what?
If you hate it that much, you might as well do mystery.
What's Oh, the mystery buckle. No, I want to pick one that I like.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
Not with the mysteries.
Yeah.
Oh, we got this jumbo.
If you guys want, we can also do that.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm too tired to remember what this song in the cup.
Is this an aspen leaf? I think I like that one. Looks like it. Yeah, I think I want that one.
Could be an aspen leaf.
Yeah, that's the one that I want.
That one?
Yeah,
Can I get
that's
a
it.
picture with it,
That's
or?
the one. Yeah, it's awesome. All right, show it to the camera.